Have you ever wondered what sets powerful people apart from the rest of us? What hidden habits do they practice daily that contribute to their success and influence? In a world filled with distractions and noise, the most impactful changes often come from within. Imagine waking up each day feeling grounded, confident, and connected to your true self. What if the secret to this transformation lies in habits you can cultivate quietly, without fanfare? Take a moment to think about your daily routine. Are there small practices that, if embraced, could elevate your life significantly? For instance, consider the act of mindfulness. Just pausing to take a deep breath or to notice the beauty around you can shift your entire perspective. These seemingly minor habits can build a foundation of strength and power, transforming how you navigate your life. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we explore profound insights that can reshape your life. In today's video, we will uncover 10 silent habits that can make you powerful. These practices are deeply rooted in Buddhist wisdom and can be seamlessly integrated into your everyday life. But before we dive in, let's take a moment to reflect. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us spread these valuable insights further and encourages us to create more transformative content for you. Now, let's explore these 10 habits that silently empower us, beginning with the first step towards a more fulfilling and powerful life. Get ready to uncover the keys to unlocking your potential, cultivating inner strength through mindfulness. Imagine, for a moment, walking through your daily life, not carried away by distractions, stress, or noise, but fully present, fully aware, and fully at peace. How would your experience of life change? How would your decisions, relationships, and responses to challenges transform? This is what cultivating inner strength through mindfulness can offer you. A simple, quiet practice that makes you powerful from the inside out. Mindfulness is not complicated. It is the art of paying attention. It is being here, now, in the present moment. Whether you are washing dishes, walking in the park, or sitting in a meeting, mindfulness means being fully engaged in what you are doing, without your mind drifting into thoughts about the past or future. This might seem small, but it's powerful because most people are not truly present in their daily lives. Think about it. How often are you really aware of the things happening around you? Most of us move through our days on autopilot, thinking about what happened yesterday or worrying about what might happen tomorrow. We're rarely in the present moment, but by practicing mindfulness, you begin to tap into an inner strength that allows you to stay calm and focused no matter what is happening around you. Mindfulness, in its simplest form, is paying attention to your breath. Why the breath? Because it is always with you, no matter where you are. In a moment of stress, anxiety, or overwhelm, you can always come back to your breath. The breath anchors you to the present moment. When you focus on the breath, everything else fades away. Your worries, your to-do lists, your fears, they all take a back seat to this one simple, yet powerful, act of breathing. Now, you may wonder, how does something as simple as breathing give me inner strength? It's because mindfulness, when practiced consistently, rewires your brain. Research shows that mindfulness changes the way your brain reacts to stress. Instead of being controlled by your emotions or external circumstances, you become the one in control. Imagine being in the middle of a tense situation, and instead of reacting impulsively, you're able to pause, breathe, and respond calmly. That is real power. It's the kind of strength that doesn't need to be loud or forceful, but it speaks volumes. One of the key principles of Buddhism is that suffering comes from attachment to our thoughts, desires, or emotions. When we are mindful, we begin to observe these attachments without letting them control us. We realize that thoughts are just thoughts. Emotions come and go like waves, and we don't have to get swept away by them. This realization, this ability to observe rather than react, is where true inner strength comes from. Let me give you an example. Picture yourself standing on the edge of a river, watching the water flow by. You can see leaves and twigs floating on the surface, carried away by the current. Those leaves and twigs are like your thoughts and emotions. With mindfulness, you're not in the water, struggling to keep afloat. You're standing on the shore, calmly watching. You see them, but you don't have to chase them. You don't have to get carried away by the flow. You're simply aware. This simple awareness gives you immense strength. Mindfulness also helps you cultivate resilience. Life is full of challenges. Whether it's a difficult day at work, a conflict with a loved one, or unexpected changes. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to face these challenges with a steady mind. Instead of reacting with frustration, anger, or panic, you can respond with clarity and calm. This makes you resilient. You're not shaken by life's ups and downs because you have developed an inner strength that carries you through. Another beautiful aspect of mindfulness is that it brings a deep sense of gratitude. When you are mindful, you begin to notice the small details of life that you might have overlooked. The warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of birds chirping outside your window, the taste of your morning tea. These moments become richer, more vibrant when you are present. This awareness brings with it a profound sense of gratitude for the simple things in life. And gratitude is a powerful force. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. When you are grateful, you feel abundant, and that sense of abundance makes you strong. Mindfulness is also a practice of compassion. When you are mindful of your own thoughts and feelings, you begin to understand them more deeply. You realize that everyone else is going through similar struggles, and this realization opens your heart to compassion. You become more patient, more understanding, and more kind, not just to others, but to yourself. And compassion is a form of power. It strengthens your relationships and builds trust. It creates harmony in your interactions, which is a quiet but profound kind of influence. Now, cultivating mindfulness doesn't mean you have to sit in meditation for hours each day. It's about bringing mindfulness into your everyday activities. When you wake up in the morning, take a moment to breathe and set an intention for your day. When you eat, take the time to truly taste your food, rather than rushing through your meal. When you speak to someone, give them your full attention without distractions. These small acts of mindfulness add up, and over time, they build a deep reservoir of inner strength. You don't need any special tools or techniques to start practicing mindfulness. All you need is the willingness to be present. It's about training your mind to stay in the here and now, rather than getting lost in the noise of daily life. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. You start to notice when your mind wanders, and you gently bring it back to the present. This practice, though simple, is transformative. Mindfulness, when practiced consistently, will make you stronger in ways that are subtle yet profound. You'll find yourself more focused, more calm, and more in control of your life. You'll develop an inner resilience that helps you face challenges with grace. And most importantly, you'll connect more deeply with yourself and the world around you. In this modern world, where everything seems to move so fast, mindfulness is like a breath of fresh air. It reminds you to slow down, to be present, and to live fully in each moment. And in doing so, you cultivate a quiet, powerful strength that no one can take away from you. The power of mindfulness lies not in doing more, but in being more present, more aware, more connected. And that, my friends, is the foundation of true inner strength. So as you go about your day, remember this: every moment is an opportunity to practice mindfulness. Every breath is a chance to reconnect with your inner self. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Not in a loud or obvious way, but in a quiet, steady, and deeply powerful way. The power of compassion in building influence. In our journey through life, we often find ourselves entangled in a web of competition, ambition, and the hustle to succeed. But what if the true source of influence lies not in striving to be better than others, but in the deep well of compassion within us? Compassion is more than just feeling sympathy for someone else. It is an active engagement with the world that empowers us to connect with others on a profound level. At its core, compassion begins with empathy. When we truly listen to someone and try to understand their feelings, we create a bridge of connection. Picture this: you're at a cafe, and you notice someone sitting alone, looking troubled. Instead of simply passing by, you pause, offer a warm smile, and ask if they're okay. In that moment, you've extended a hand of compassion. This simple act can be incredibly powerful, not just for them, but for you too. You've engaged with another human being, and in doing so, you've allowed compassion to flow through you. Compassion encourages us to see beyond ourselves. In Buddhism, The practice of loving kindness, or metta, teaches us to wish well for others, not just for ourselves. This mindset cultivates a sense of interconnectedness. When we realize that we are all part of a larger fabric of existence, our actions take on a deeper significance. Each time we show compassion, we strengthen the threads that bind us together. But compassion is not merely a passive feeling. It calls us to action. It prompts us to lend a helping hand, to stand up for those who cannot stand up for themselves, and to advocate for justice and kindness in our communities. When we take compassionate action, we become leaders in our own right, influencing those around us simply by being present and caring. Think about the people you admire. Often, they are not just powerful because of their accomplishments. They are revered for their kindness and their ability to inspire others. Compassionate leaders foster loyalty, trust, and cooperation, which are essential ingredients for any influential relationship. Moreover, the act of being compassionate can create a ripple effect. When you show kindness to one person, they are more likely to pass it on to someone else. This chain reaction amplifies your influence and creates a community built on understanding and support. Imagine a workplace where colleagues genuinely care for one another, offering help and encouragement. Such an environment not only enhances productivity, but also cultivates a sense of belonging. In our daily lives, we can incorporate small practices of compassion. It could be as simple as offering words of encouragement to a friend who is feeling down or volunteering your time for a local charity. These acts don't have to be grand. Even small gestures can have a profound impact on those around us. One way to practice compassion is to make it a habit to check in on others. Set aside a few minutes each day to reach out to a friend or family member just to see how they're doing. This practice not only strengthens your relationships, but also cultivates a compassionate mindset. You'll begin to notice how much brighter the world can become when we actively engage with it through kindness. Furthermore, it's essential to practice self-compassion. Often, we are our own harshest critics, berating ourselves for mistakes or shortcomings. By treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, we can better extend that compassion to others. Self-compassion allows us to be vulnerable and honest about our struggles, fostering resilience and growth. In Buddhism, the practice of compassion is tied to the idea of karuna, which signifies a deep, unwavering commitment to the well-being of all sentient beings. This expansive view encourages us to extend our compassion beyond our immediate circles to those in need globally. It reminds us that we are all connected, and our actions can have far-reaching consequences. As we deepen our understanding of compassion, we can begin to identify and challenge our biases and prejudices. Often, we hold judgments about others based on superficial characteristics or preconceived notions. By confronting these biases and approaching others with an open heart and mind, we can foster a more compassionate world. The path of compassion is not always easy. It requires patience, especially when we encounter anger or hostility from others. However, responding with compassion, even in difficult situations, can transform conflict into understanding. Instead of reacting defensively, we can choose to respond with empathy, seeking to understand the other person's perspective. Ultimately, cultivating compassion not only enriches our own lives, but also enhances our influence in the world. It allows us to connect with others in meaningful ways and empowers us to create positive change. So, as you move through your day, remember the power of compassion. It is a force that can reshape your relationships, your community, and even the world around you. In the end, the journey of compassion is a journey towards understanding, connection, and influence. Embrace this powerful habit, and you will find that it opens doors you never knew existed, fostering relationships built on trust, kindness, and mutual respect. In a world that often feels divided, compassion is a unifying force, capable of bridging gaps and creating harmony. Detachment from desires and its silent impact. In our daily lives, we often chase after things: money, success, relationships, believing that these desires will bring us happiness. But what if I told you that true power lies in letting go of these attachments? Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. Instead, it's about freeing yourself from the overwhelming need to possess or control. Imagine standing by a river. You see leaves floating on the surface, moving with the current. If you grasp at them, you might catch one. but you lose sight of the entire river's flow. This is how desires work. When we hold on to them too tightly, we limit ourselves and can become lost in their current. Detachment allows us to watch the river flow without needing to catch every leaf. It invites us to experience life as it is, rather than how we wish it to be. Buddhism teaches that attachment leads to suffering. When we tie our happiness to external things, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Life is ever-changing, and when we cling to our desires, we often find ourselves in a cycle of wanting more, feeling dissatisfied, and then wanting again. By practicing detachment, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace. This doesn't mean you shouldn't pursue your goals or have aspirations. Instead, it's about recognizing that your worth and happiness aren't tied to them. Detachment also opens the door to freedom. When you're not bound by your desires, you can appreciate the present moment. You start to see the beauty in what you already have rather than fixating on what's missing. This shift in perspective allows you to engage with life more fully. You may find joy in simple moments, a warm cup of tea, a smile from a friend, or the sound of birds chirping in the morning. These small pleasures become more significant when you're not weighed down by unfulfilled desires. In a world that constantly pushes us to seek more, practicing detachment can feel counterintuitive. Society often equates success with accumulation, be it wealth, recognition, or possessions. But the truth is that the most powerful people are often those who have learned to let go. They find strength in simplicity and joy in the moment. They are not defined by what they have, but by who they are. One effective way to cultivate detachment is through mindfulness meditation. Take a few moments each day to sit in silence and observe your thoughts. Notice when desires arise. Instead of acting on them, acknowledge them without judgment. This practice helps you develop a sense of distance from your cravings. You begin to see them as passing clouds in the sky of your mind. They come and go, but your true self remains unchanged. As you practice detachment, you may notice a shift in how you respond to challenges. When faced with obstacles, instead of reacting with frustration or despair, you approach situations with a sense of equanimity. You understand that challenges are part of life and that clinging to the desire for things to be different only leads to suffering. This realization empowers you to respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. Detachment also enhances your relationships. When you release the need to possess or control others, you create space for genuine connections. Love flourishes when it is not bound by expectations or conditions. By practicing detachment, you allow yourself and those around you the freedom to be authentic. This fosters deeper, more meaningful relationships built on trust and understanding. Consider this. When you are detached from your desires, you become more open to new experiences. You might discover passions you never knew you had or opportunities you would have overlooked while chasing after something else. Life becomes a journey of exploration rather than a relentless pursuit of satisfaction. You learn to embrace uncertainty and see it as a chance for growth. Remember, practicing detachment is not an overnight transformation. It requires patience and consistency. Start small. Identify one desire that often leads you to frustration or dissatisfaction. Observe it. Reflect on how it impacts your feelings and actions. Gradually, as you become aware of these patterns, you can begin to loosen your grip on that desire. In conclusion, the power of detachment lies in its ability to free us from suffering. By letting go of our attachments, we open ourselves to the richness of life in its present form. We learn to appreciate each moment without the weight of unfulfilled desires. This practice fosters inner strength, enhances our relationships, and allows us to engage with the world in a more profound way. So, as you move through your day, remember that true power is not in what you possess but in your ability to let go. Embrace the freedom that comes from detachment and watch how your life transforms in subtle yet powerful ways. Patience, the hidden force behind lasting power. In our fast-paced world, patience often feels like a rare virtue. We live in an era where instant gratification is the norm. We want quick results, immediate feedback, and rapid progress. But what if I told you that patience is not just a passive waiting game? Instead, it is a powerful force that can transform your life and amplify your inner strength. Let's begin by understanding what patience truly means. It's not merely about enduring a long wait. It's about cultivating a deep sense of acceptance and understanding that good things take time. Just like the seed that is planted in the ground, it requires nurturing and the right conditions to grow into a strong tree. Patience teaches us to trust the process, to believe that everything will unfold in its own time. In Buddhism, patience is one of the essential virtues, often linked with the idea of mindfulness. When we practice patience, we are fully present in the moment. We acknowledge our feelings, thoughts, and circumstances without rushing to change them. This acceptance creates a calm and clear mind, enabling us to respond to life's challenges with grace rather than frustration. Now, let's consider a common situation we all face: waiting in line. Imagine standing in a long queue, perhaps at a grocery store or a coffee shop. It's easy to feel impatience creeping in, but what if instead you chose to embrace this moment? Instead of checking your phone or tapping your foot anxiously, you could take a deep breath and observe your surroundings. Notice the colors, the sounds, the people around you. This small act of mindfulness can transform an irritating wait into a moment of peace. Patience can also be applied to our goals and aspirations. We often set high expectations for ourselves and want to achieve everything immediately. However, true mastery in any field requires time and practice. Think about a musician who dedicates hours every day to perfecting their craft. They don't become great overnight. They grow and improve through consistent effort and a willingness to endure setbacks. Each note played, each mistake made, is a step toward mastery. In relationships, patience is equally vital. Every connection we have is a work in progress. People grow and change, and sometimes this can lead to misunderstandings or conflicts. Rather than rushing to conclusions or seeking immediate resolutions, practicing patience allows us to listen, empathize, and understand each other better. When we approach our interactions with patience, we cultivate deeper connections and foster a sense of trust. Moreover, patience can be a source of resilience. Life is unpredictable, and we will inevitably encounter challenges that test our limits. When we cultivate a patient mindset, we become more adaptable. We learn to ride the waves of uncertainty without being thrown off balance. Instead of reacting impulsively, we take a step back, gather our thoughts, and respond thoughtfully. This resilience is a silent but powerful strength that empowers us to navigate life's storms. Think about the story of the tortoise and the hare. The hare, confident in its speed, rushes ahead, while the tortoise, slow and steady, takes its time. In the end, it's the tortoise that wins the race. This fable beautifully illustrates that consistency and patience often lead to success. It reminds us that life is not always about speed, but rather about persistence and dedication. Now, let's reflect on how we can incorporate patience into our daily lives. Start with small moments. When you feel impatience arising, perhaps when you're stuck in traffic or waiting for a response, take a deep breath and remind yourself to be present. Use these moments as opportunities to practice mindfulness. You can even set aside time each day for a brief meditation focused on patience, allowing your mind to settle and cultivate a sense of peace. Another effective technique is to set realistic expectations for your goals. Break them down into smaller, manageable steps and celebrate each achievement along the way. This practice not only fosters patience, but also builds confidence and motivation. As you work on developing patience, remember to be kind to yourself. It's natural to feel frustration at times, and it's part of the human experience. Acknowledge your feelings without judgment and allow them to pass. Each moment is a chance to practice patience, whether it's in your personal life, professional endeavors, or relationships. In conclusion, patience is a hidden force that empowers us in countless ways. By embracing this virtue, we unlock the door to deeper understanding, resilience, and lasting success. Let's remember that good things take time, and that the journey itself is just as important as the destination. With patience as our ally, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and emerge stronger than before. Embrace patience and watch how it transforms your life from the inside out. Practicing generosity without seeking recognition. In a world that often values personal gain and recognition, the true power of generosity shines brightly when it is offered without the expectation of applause or reward. Practicing generosity is not merely about giving. It's about embodying a spirit of kindness that flows naturally from our hearts. This is a core teaching of Buddhism, reminding us that genuine generosity creates deep connections with others and strengthens our inner selves. Imagine you see someone struggling with their groceries. Instead of waiting for someone else to step in, you decide to help carry their bags. That small act of kindness not only makes their day a little brighter, but it also fills your heart with warmth. You didn't do it for a thank you or a pat on the back. You did it simply because you could. This is the essence of practicing generosity, finding joy in the act itself, not in the recognition that follows. Generosity comes in many forms. It can be as simple as sharing a smile with a stranger, offering your time to listen to a friend in need, or donating to a cause that speaks to your heart. When we give without the need for acknowledgement, we tap into a deeper well of strength and compassion. This kind of giving nurtures our spirit and creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to act kindly, too. Buddhism teaches us about dana, which means giving or generosity. It is considered one of the highest virtues, reflecting the interconnectedness of all beings. When we practice generosity, we acknowledge that we are part of a larger whole. Our actions, no matter how small, can contribute to the well-being of others and create a sense of community. Each act of kindness reinforces the idea that we are not separate entities, but rather threads woven together in the fabric of life. However, the challenge lies in letting go of our desire for recognition. It's easy to seek validation or to want others to see our good deeds. But true generosity flourishes in silence. When we give without seeking reward, we cultivate an authentic sense of fulfillment. This is not to say that we should never acknowledge our generosity. Instead, it's about finding a balance. As we practice this habit, we can ask ourselves, why do I want to give? Is it for recognition or the joy of helping? This reflection can help us shift our mindset. When we focus on the impact of our actions rather than the applause, we open ourselves to a deeper level of satisfaction. The joy that comes from giving becomes a source of power that fuels our spirit and encourages us to continue contributing positively to the world. Moreover, practicing generosity can have profound effects on our mental well-being. Studies show that helping others can increase our own happiness and reduce stress. When we engage in acts of kindness, our brains release feel-good hormones like oxytocin and endorphins. This natural boost not only enhances our mood, but also fosters a sense of connection and purpose. In a busy world where everyone seems to be looking out for themselves, being generous can set you apart. It demonstrates strength of character and a willingness to support others. This doesn't mean we have to sacrifice our own needs. Rather, it's about finding harmony between giving and receiving. When we understand that generosity is not a depletion of our resources, but a sharing of abundance, we become more open to giving and receiving love and support. A practical way to cultivate this habit is to start small. Each day, look for opportunities to practice generosity. It could be as simple as holding the door for someone, offering your seat on public transport, or complimenting a coworker on their work. These small acts, when done with sincerity, can gradually shift your mindset and enhance your sense of empowerment. As you embrace the habit of giving without seeking recognition, pay attention to how it makes you feel. Do you notice a shift in your attitude toward others? Are you becoming more compassionate? Are you finding joy in the act of giving? Reflecting on these questions can help reinforce the habit and remind you of the power of generosity in your life. Additionally, consider journaling about your experiences. Writing down your acts of kindness and how they made you feel can deepen your understanding of the impact of generosity. This practice can also serve as a reminder of the interconnectedness of all beings. We are all on this journey together, and every small act of kindness contributes to the greater good. As you continue to practice generosity, remember that it is a journey. There will be times when you may slip into the habit of seeking recognition, and that's okay. The important thing is to be gentle with yourself and to refocus on the joy of giving. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. In conclusion, practicing generosity without seeking recognition is a powerful habit that can transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. It nurtures a spirit of kindness, builds connections, and fosters a sense of belonging. As you cultivate this habit, you'll find that the true reward lies not in recognition, but in the joy and fulfillment that come from giving. Embrace this path, and you'll discover the silent power of generosity, a force that can change your world and the world of others for the better. The power of self-discipline in everyday actions. Self-discipline may sound like a rigid concept, but at its core, it's about making conscious choices that align with our true intentions and values. In a world filled with distractions, self-discipline allows us to stay focused on what truly matters. Imagine waking up each day with a clear purpose, choosing actions that nourish your mind and body, and gradually shaping your life in a way that reflects your deepest desires. This is the essence of self-discipline. In Buddhism, self-discipline is not about punishment or restriction. Rather, it's about cultivating awareness. When we practice self-discipline, we are tuning into our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This awareness helps us understand our motivations and encourages us to act in ways that are more aligned with our values. For instance, when you choose to meditate instead of scrolling through your phone in the morning, you are exercising self-discipline. You are prioritizing mental clarity over momentary distractions, and this choice can have a ripple effect throughout your day. Let's explore how self-discipline can manifest in our daily actions. One powerful practice is setting intentions. When we begin our day with clear intentions, we're more likely to stay focused on our goals. It's like planting a seed in the garden of our minds. Just as a seed needs care and attention to grow, our intentions require nurturing through our actions. For example, if your intention is to cultivate patience, you might find yourself approaching challenging situations with a calmer mindset, rather than reacting impulsively. Another way to cultivate self-discipline is by creating healthy routines. These routines can anchor our day and provide structure. Think about incorporating small, manageable practices that align with your values. For instance, if health is important to you, setting a routine for exercise or meal preparation can help reinforce that value. Over time, these habits become second nature, and you'll find yourself making choices that support your overall well-being without much thought. Self-discipline also invites us to reflect on our priorities. What truly matters to us? In our busy lives, it's easy to get caught up in external expectations or the demands of others. However, by practicing self-discipline, we learn to say no to distractions and yes to what enriches our lives. This could mean dedicating time to a passion project, nurturing relationships, or simply allowing ourselves quiet moments of reflection. Moreover, practicing self-discipline can enhance our resilience. Life is full of challenges, and having a disciplined mindset equips us to face them with grace. When we encounter obstacles, self-discipline reminds us to remain committed to our goals. It helps us push through moments of discomfort or uncertainty, knowing that growth often lies just beyond our comfort zone. One of the most significant aspects of self-discipline is the power of consistency. It's not about making drastic changes overnight. Rather, it's about committing to small, consistent actions that lead to lasting transformation. Picture a river carving its way through a mountain over time. Each drop of water contributes to the river's strength and direction. Similarly, every small act of self-discipline builds upon the last, gradually shaping our character and our lives. Incorporating self-discipline into our lives also encourages us to embrace mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us become aware of our impulses and urges. When we feel the desire to indulge in a habit that doesn't serve us, like reaching for that second dessert or skipping a workout, we can pause and ask ourselves, is this action aligned with my values? This pause can create a space for choice, allowing us to act intentionally rather than reactively. Another critical element of self-discipline is self-compassion. It's essential to approach our journey with kindness and understanding. There will be days when we falter or stray from our intentions, and that's perfectly normal. Instead of harshly criticizing ourselves, we can practice self-compassion by acknowledging our humanity and learning from our experiences. This balance of discipline and compassion fosters a healthy relationship with ourselves, allowing us to grow without fear of failure. As we develop self-discipline, we also cultivate a deeper sense of trust in ourselves. We begin to realize that we are capable of making choices that align with our highest selves. This self-trust becomes a powerful tool in navigating life's challenges, empowering us to take bold steps toward our dreams. Let's not forget the impact of community and support. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who share similar values can bolster our self-discipline. When we engage with others who prioritize their goals and well-being, we are inspired to do the same. It creates an environment of accountability and encouragement, making it easier to stay on track. In summary, self-discipline is not a restrictive force, but rather a liberating one. It empowers us to take charge of our lives, guiding us toward our true aspirations. By embracing self-discipline, we can transform our everyday actions into stepping stones toward a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Each small choice we make, grounded in awareness and intention, contributes to the powerful journey of becoming our best selves. Embracing change and finding strength in impermanence. Life is like a flowing river, constantly changing, never the same from one moment to the next. As we journey through life, we often cling to what is familiar and comfortable, resisting the natural ebb and flow of existence. But what if I told you that embracing change is one of the most powerful habits you can develop? The Buddha taught us that everything is impermanent. Our feelings, our circumstances, and even our very selves. Recognizing this truth can lead to profound strength and resilience. When we accept the transient nature of life, we begin to let go of our fears and anxieties. Think about a time when you faced a major life change. Perhaps it was a new job, a move to a different city, or the end of a relationship. In the moment, it may have felt overwhelming, even scary. But often, these changes open doors to new opportunities and experiences that we never would have encountered otherwise. By accepting change, we create space for growth and transformation. One of the key teachings of Buddhism is to cultivate an open mind and heart. This means letting go of rigid expectations and embracing uncertainty. When we hold on to a fixed idea of how life should be, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Instead, by welcoming change as a natural part of life, we can respond to challenges with grace and adaptability. It's about seeing the beauty in the unknown and trusting that each twist and turn leads us to where we need to be. Let's take a moment to reflect on the seasons. Each season has its own beauty, and each is necessary for the cycle of life to continue. In winter, trees shed their leaves, creating a barren landscape. But this is not the end. It's a time for rest and renewal. In spring, new life bursts forth, and we see the potential that was always there, waiting for the right conditions to emerge. This cyclical nature of life reminds us that change is not only inevitable, but essential for growth. Another way to embrace change is to practice mindfulness. When we are fully present in each moment, we become aware of our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This awareness allows us to recognize when we are resisting change and to explore the reasons behind our fears. Are we afraid of losing something? Are we concerned about the unknown? By examining these feelings, we can begin to shift our perspective. Instead of viewing change as a threat, we can see it as a chance to learn, adapt, and evolve. Consider the concept of the lotus flower in Buddhism. The lotus grows in muddy waters, and yet it blooms into a beautiful flower. This transformation symbolizes the potential for growth and beauty that exist within us, even during difficult times. Just as the lotus rises above the mud, we too can rise above our challenges and embrace the changes that life presents. It's about finding strength in our struggles and allowing them to shape us into more resilient individuals. When we embrace impermanence, we also learn to appreciate the present moment. We stop worrying about the future or lamenting the past, and instead, we focus on what we have right now. This appreciation brings a sense of peace and contentment, allowing us to experience life more fully. We begin to see that every moment is a gift, and by being present, we cultivate a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. In practical terms, how can we start to embrace change in our daily lives? Begin by practicing small acts of flexibility. Try a new route on your daily commute, explore a new hobby, or engage in conversations with people who have different perspectives. Each time you step outside of your comfort zone, you strengthen your ability to adapt to larger changes when they arise. It's about building resilience one small step at a time. Another effective practice is to meditate on impermanence. Sit in a quiet space and focus on your breath. As you breathe in and out, reflect on the transient nature of your thoughts and emotions. Notice how they come and go like waves in the ocean. This meditation helps to cultivate a deeper understanding of impermanence and allows you to observe change without attachment. Additionally, journaling can be a powerful tool for embracing change. Write about your experiences with change, how it made you feel, and what you learned from it. Documenting your thoughts allows you to process your emotions and reflect on your growth over time. This practice can reveal patterns in your life, helping you recognize how you've adapted and thrived through various transitions. It's also essential to surround yourself with supportive people who understand the importance of change. Share your thoughts and feelings with friends or family members who can encourage you to embrace new experiences. Their support can help you navigate changes with confidence and remind you that you are not alone on this journey. Finally, cultivate gratitude for the changes in your life. Even when they feel challenging, each change carries a lesson. By acknowledging these lessons and expressing gratitude for them, you shift your mindset from resistance to acceptance. This shift allows you to find strength in change rather than viewing it as a burden. As we wrap up this exploration of embracing change and finding strength in impermanence, remember that every moment is an opportunity for growth. Life is a series of transitions, and by embracing these changes, we open ourselves to new possibilities. Trust in the process and allow yourself to flow with the river of life. Each experience, whether joyful or challenging, contributes to your unique journey, shaping you into the powerful individual you are meant to be. Embrace the change, and you'll discover the strength that lies within you. Mastering calmness in the face of adversity. In life, we often encounter challenges that test our strength and resilience. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm. How do you respond? Do you let the winds of adversity sweep you away? Or do you find your center amidst the chaos? Mastering calmness is not about avoiding difficulties. It's about learning to navigate them with grace and confidence. This ability to remain calm in the face of adversity is a powerful habit that can transform your life. Let's consider the teachings of Buddhism, which emphasize the importance of equanimity, the state of being calm and balanced regardless of external circumstances. The Buddha taught that suffering is a part of life, but it's our reaction to suffering that defines us. When faced with adversity, we have a choice. We can react with anger, frustration, or despair, or we can choose to respond with mindfulness and composure. To cultivate this calmness, it's essential to practice mindfulness regularly. Mindfulness helps us become aware of our thoughts and feelings without judgment. It encourages us to observe our reactions to stress and adversity. For instance, when you find yourself in a difficult situation, take a moment to pause. Breathe deeply and focus on the present moment. This simple act can ground you and create space between your thoughts and your reactions. Another crucial aspect of mastering calmness is acceptance. Accepting situations as they are, without wishing they were different, frees us from unnecessary suffering. For example, if you lose your job, it's natural to feel upset. However, instead of dwelling on the loss, try to accept it as part of your life's journey. This acceptance opens doors to new opportunities and helps you maintain your peace of mind. Additionally, developing a strong connection to your values can help you stay calm during turbulent times. When you know what truly matters to you, whether it's family, integrity, or personal growth, you're better equipped to navigate challenges without losing your composure. For instance, if a colleague at work criticizes you unfairly, reflecting on your values can help you respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. By staying true to yourself, you maintain your inner peace. Practicing gratitude is another powerful tool in maintaining calmness. In times of difficulty, it's easy to focus on what's wrong. However, shifting your attention to what you're grateful for can alter your perspective. Keeping a gratitude journal, where you write down things you appreciate each day, can help you cultivate a habit of positivity. This simple practice reminds you that even in tough times, there are still reasons to smile and feel hopeful. Let's also consider the importance of self-care and mastering calmness. When life becomes overwhelming, taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally is crucial. This could mean setting aside time for meditation, engaging in physical exercise, or simply enjoying a quiet moment with a cup of tea. Self-care replenishes your energy and helps you approach challenges with a clearer mind and a calmer spirit. Furthermore, surrounding yourself with supportive people can significantly influence your ability to remain calm. Share your feelings with trusted friends or family members. Their support can provide comfort and perspective during tough times. Engaging in positive conversations can help you maintain your balance and remind you that you are not alone in your struggles. As we practice these strategies, it's essential to remember that mastering calmness is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you feel overwhelmed, and that's okay. What matters is that you're committed to the practice. Each small step you take towards calmness builds your resilience for the next challenge. To illustrate this journey, let's consider the story of a Zen monk who faced a raging storm. While others ran for shelter, he sat calmly under a tree, observing the rain and wind. Instead of resisting the storm, he accepted its presence and found peace within it. By the time the storm passed, he remained untouched by its chaos, embodying the essence of calmness. In your life, strive to be like that monk. When faced with adversity, remember that you can choose your response. Embrace the calmness within you, allowing it to guide you through life's storms. With practice, you will find that calmness becomes a natural part of who you are, enabling you to navigate challenges with grace and strength. As we conclude this exploration of mastering calmness, reflect on how you can integrate these practices into your daily life. By nurturing calmness, you empower yourself to handle whatever comes your way, transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth. Embrace this powerful habit and watch how it enriches your journey, allowing you to flourish even in the midst of adversity. The influence of integrity and moral strength. In our journey toward empowerment, one of the most profound habits we can cultivate is the practice of integrity. Integrity is more than just honesty. It's a way of being that encompasses our values, principles, and actions. It's about aligning what we say with what we do, creating a strong foundation for our character. When we act with integrity, we establish trust not only within ourselves but also with those around us. Imagine a bamboo tree. It stands tall and strong, yet it bends with the wind, adapting to its surroundings. Similarly, living with integrity allows us to be flexible in our responses while remaining true to our core values. This inner strength becomes a guiding force in our lives, helping us navigate challenges with grace and resolve. In Buddhism, integrity is often linked to the concept of sila, which refers to ethical conduct. This practice emphasizes the importance of acting with kindness, honesty, and compassion. When we commit to moral principles, we create a ripple effect that influences not just ourselves, but also the people we interact with. Our actions become a beacon of light, guiding others toward a path of righteousness and authenticity. Consider the impact of a leader who embodies integrity. Their decisions are made transparently, and they stand by their word. This consistency fosters loyalty and respect among their followers. In contrast, when someone lacks integrity, doubt and suspicion arise, weakening relationships and creating division. Integrity is a silent yet powerful force that cultivates a sense of community and unity. One way to cultivate integrity is through self-reflection. Regularly examining our thoughts and actions helps us identify areas where we may not be living up to our values. Ask yourself, are there situations where I compromise my beliefs for convenience? Recognizing these moments allows us to realign our behavior with our true selves. It takes courage to confront our shortcomings, but this practice leads to personal growth and stronger moral character. Incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives also enhances our ability to act with integrity. When we pause to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we gain clarity on our values and priorities. This mindfulness creates space for thoughtful decision-making, allowing us to respond rather than react impulsively. A mindful approach enables us to act with intention, fostering a deeper commitment to our principles. Additionally, integrity invites accountability. When we commit to being truthful and ethical, we open ourselves up to the possibility of feedback and growth. Surrounding ourselves with people who share similar values encourages an environment of integrity where we hold each other accountable. These connections reinforce our commitment to moral strength and inspire us to live authentically. Moreover, integrity empowers us to make difficult choices. Life often presents us with dilemmas where the right path isn't always the easiest one. In these moments, our commitment to our values guides us, reminding us of what truly matters. This strength allows us to stand firm, even when faced with external pressures. The courage to choose integrity over convenience builds resilience and strengthens our character. As we practice integrity, we also develop a greater sense of empathy. Recognizing the impact of our actions on others fosters a deeper understanding of their experiences. When we act with integrity, we are more likely to consider the needs and feelings of those around us. This empathy enriches our relationships and enhances our ability to connect with others on a meaningful level. Another aspect of integrity is consistency. Our actions should reflect our values in all areas of our lives, whether at home, work, or in the community. When our behavior aligns with our beliefs, we cultivate a sense of authenticity that draws others to us. People are naturally attracted to those who are genuine and unwavering in their principles. This magnetic quality enhances our influence and inspires others to adopt similar values. It's also essential to recognize that integrity is a continuous journey, not a destination. We will encounter challenges that test our commitment to our principles. Embracing these challenges as opportunities for growth allows us to strengthen our moral compass. Each time we choose integrity, we reinforce our character and deepen our connection to ourselves and others. In conclusion, the influence of integrity and moral strength is a silent yet profound habit that empowers us in countless ways. By living in alignment with our values, we build trust, foster empathy, and inspire those around us. This practice not only enhances our personal lives, but also contributes to a more compassionate and harmonious world. As we cultivate integrity, we unlock the power within ourselves, paving the way for a life of authenticity, connection, and influence. Remember, the journey of integrity is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Each step we take in this direction strengthens our character and our ability to impact the world positively. Conclusion: integrating these habits into daily life. As we reach the end of our journey through the 10 habits that silently empower you, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. These habits are not just concepts to ponder. They are practical tools that you can incorporate into your daily life. Each habit carries the potential to transform your existence from the inside out, allowing you to cultivate strength, resilience, and genuine power in a world that often seeks to overwhelm us. We began by discussing the importance of mindfulness. By being present in each moment, you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. This awareness is the first step towards mastery. Remember, it's not about eliminating negative thoughts, but acknowledging them and choosing how to respond. When you practice mindfulness, you open the door to a calmer, more centered self. Next, we explored the power of compassion. Cultivating kindness towards yourself and others can create ripples of positivity in your life. When you act with compassion, you not only uplift those around you, but also strengthen your own sense of purpose. As you go through your day, challenge yourself to find opportunities to show compassion, whether through a smile, a kind word, or simply listening to someone who needs it. Detachment from desires is another habit that can significantly impact your life. When you learn to let go of cravings and expectations, you free yourself from suffering. This doesn't mean you should stop pursuing your goals. Rather, it means finding contentment in the journey itself. Practice gratitude for what you have, and watch how this shift in mindset brings more abundance into your life. Patience is a silent yet powerful force. In a fast-paced world, waiting can feel like a weakness, but it is, in fact, a strength. When you practice patience, you create space for clarity and insight. Remember that meaningful change often takes time. Embrace the slow moments and trust that they are part of your growth. We also discussed the importance of practicing generosity without seeking recognition. Acts of kindness done in secret can fill your heart with joy and deepen your connection to others. Look for ways to give without expectation, whether it's helping a neighbor, donating to a cause you care about, or simply offering your time to someone in need. The act of giving fosters a sense of community and strengthens your own inner power. Self-discipline is another habit that lays the foundation for success. It's easy to get distracted by short-term pleasures, but by cultivating discipline, you build the resilience necessary to pursue your long-term goals. Start with small commitments, like waking up early or setting aside time for reflection. Over time, these small acts will lead to significant changes in your life. Embracing change is vital in our ever-evolving world. The Buddhist concept of impermanence teaches us that everything is in a constant state of flux. Instead of resisting change, learn to welcome it. When you let go of the need for control, you discover new opportunities and experiences that can enrich your life in unexpected ways. Mastering calmness in the face of adversity is a skill worth cultivating. Life will undoubtedly throw challenges your way, but how you respond defines your journey. Practice deep breathing, meditation, or any technique that helps you find your center during stressful moments. Remember, true power lies in your ability to remain composed when the world around you feels chaotic. The influence of integrity cannot be overstated. When you align your actions with your values, you build trust within yourself and with others. This internal alignment fosters a sense of strength that is unwavering. Reflect on your values and let them guide your choices. The more you live authentically, the more powerful you become. Lastly, we talked about the quiet confidence that comes from humility. Recognizing that you are part of something greater than yourself allows you to walk through life with grace and poise. Embrace your strengths while acknowledging your weaknesses. This balance is key to cultivating genuine confidence that radiates to those around you. As you integrate these habits into your daily life, remember that the journey is just as important as the destination. Each day offers you a fresh opportunity to practice and refine these habits. Start small and be gentle with yourself. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, you will begin to notice the profound impact these habits have on your life. In closing, we invite you to take a moment each day to reflect on these habits. How can you apply them in your life? Perhaps you start each morning with a moment of mindfulness, take time to express gratitude, or seek out moments to show compassion. Each small action contributes to your growth and empowers you to navigate the world with confidence. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of silent habits that empower. If you found this video insightful, please take a moment to like, comment, and share your thoughts. Your engagement helps us continue sharing wisdom with the world. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom Woven to stay connected on this journey toward greater awareness and empowerment. May you walk your path with strength, compassion, and an open heart.